Hello there. Welcome to a fresh episode of the program Last Week in Nigeria. My name is Emmanuel Uriwo. As usual, this is your one-stop shop program where you get to hear about the news that were reported by national dailies last week in Nigeria. Of course, so many stories are there for us to consume. But guess what? I had a guest last week. I have another guest this week. Let me whet your appetite. We'll be talking about our youthful ages, expectations. What are we supposed to be like in the future? If truly the youth is the leader of tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. At Last Week in Nigeria is what to use on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. When you get to our YouTube channel, love it, like it, share, turn on the notification button, and then you get to have the subsequent episodes of this program. On Last Week in Nigeria, we bring you stories concerning the nation as they were reported last week. Last week, it was so thick in the life of Nigerians. Do you know why? The protests, yes, August 1 to August 10. So many concerns, so many reports, so many issues. My guest even last week talked about what is supposed to be, what is not supposed to be. My guest this week will be telling you expectations, not what is to be. But you can drop your comments at the comment section. Let us keep the conversation going. It's Last Week in Nigeria. Welcome on board once again. Let's now take you through the stories as they were reported last week. The Vanguard newspaper started this way last week in Nigeria. And it says, protests. TINUBU'S broadcast fell short of expectations. Of course, we had that of pocket of comments, reactions, as it was reported last week in Nigeria. And we also had this one, protests shunned TINUBU'S plea, re-strategize, mobilize to occupy Abuja. And we also heard about so many people building up for so many reactions. But guess what? Most of the papers last week reported the pocket of issues that were concerns of Nigerians, as reported last week in Nigeria by national dailies. The Daily Times newspaper had this one. It says, hashtag end bad governance, Atiku, PDP, RSN, kick as Tinubu begged protesters to shut down economy. Tinubu slammed for tone-deaf broadcast on nationwide protests. Oh my God. That was reported by virtually all the newspapers last week. And of course, the reactions are there concerning the protests. But come to think of it, there must be a way forward concerning all these demands as reported last week in Nigeria. Let's bring you this one. How 4 teenagers, bride-to-be, were killed in Kano and Zaria. Still on the protests. That was reported by the Daily Trust newspaper. The Guardian newspaper brought it this way. Say, citizens wallow in misery as governors cede duties to FG amid 5.34 trillion naira court. And something happened in the course of the protests last week in Nigeria. Suddenly we saw the surfacing of the Russian flag. Who carries us which here? Russia. Russia is in a war, for instance, as we speak right now. Why bring in Russia there? So they saw a Russian flag and tongues started wagging concerning that matter. If there's a Russian flag in the course of a protest in Nigeria, to achieve what? To what end? Well, the Punch newspaper had it reported last week in Nigeria, and it's had the caption this way. It says, Russian flag, FG probes 4 northern political wigs. So, some people were behind that? How come? Why Russia? Russia is in a war already. We are not going to war. It's just a protest. But well, that was reported last week in Nigeria. Don't forget, it pays to advertise your goods and services on this program. All you need to do is to reach us via all our social media handle, and we'll definitely do business with you. Well, guess what? Whatever you put on this show will reach the whole world in one breath. So why not take advantage of that? And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our winner last week, talking about Sarah for doing a yeoman's job. She sent us a video, you saw the video and all of that. We appreciate you. We'll keep more questions coming. It could be you next. Let's look at what we have for you on the sporting scene. From national dailies last week, we had a story reported by the Sporting Sun on a weekend and has to do with this particular one. It says, "My mother never wanted me to play football." We're speaking here. He went further. He said, "She burned my boots, jerseys, wanted me to concentrate on my studies." Guess who was speaking there? CHUKWUEZE, saying that even the mom went ahead to burn the boots, burn the jerseys, because she doesn't want him to do football. But today, he's a superstar, and I'm sure the mom will be so proud about him and what he's doing. Now, that's about the size of it. Let's now go to my gist corner with my guests. I'll be back with you shortly. Stay with us.
Thinking about high quality and long-lasting products? Think May Shop, an online store serving parents and children in Nigeria and globally. Log on to www.mayshop.com to place your orders now.
Mayshop Online Store, your #1 online children's store in Nigeria and globally. We offer nationwide delivery. Mayshop Online Store, great styles at the best prices for your babies and kids.
For more information about us, you may chat with us on WhatsApp web chat or call us at 0805 551 5736 or 0805 551 5649 and speak to our friendly customer service representatives. Visit our website www.mayshop.com.
Hello, glad to have you back. It's still Last Week in Nigeria, and like I told you earlier, I'll be having a guest. Fantastic. The first female of this show, put it up to Creams. Cream,
yes.
Good to have you on this period.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Cream is going to talk to us as a youth, right? Because she must have felt so many things, so many vibes about the protest of 1st of August to 10th of August. What went on your mind when you heard about the protest was about to begin, how it went, and how it was managed?
Okay, first of all, when I heard about the protest, what came to my mind is, not again, another one.
Oh, why not again?
Like,
Because of the answers.
yes, I still have PTSD from that because one, we all know it's not going to do anything. It's what they want to do that they will do. Two, I think the average Nigerian is jaded. They are known. They are known from the numerous promise and fail. Look at the broadcast that the president sends now. Just look at it. Just look. Instead of him to, first of all, you gave yourself a medal. You're not going to give you a medal for doing your job. Two, since last year, all we've been hearing is we are about to, we are going to, we have plans of. When are you going to actually do? For God's sake. It's been roughly over a year now, yes? May 29th.
14 months, yeah.
Yeah. And all we've been hearing is we are about to, we want to. Why?
So what does that tell you as a youth?
First of all, let's all youth have this at the back of our mind. This is our country. And how we will manage it is what we should be focused on, not how to take out our anger on anything that comes. Just no. That's why protest will forever till we all sit up, will forever have a bad name. Anytime they hear protest, they'll hear, oh, my line is shaky. Because look at how it happened. From protest, from silent protest, please, fuel scarcity, food security, to looting, breaking of traffic lights, breaking and entering someone's shop. As the last guest said, because I really watched the show.
Oh, thank you for following us. Thank you.
As the last guest said, it's not a planned protest. Each one tell one. Wow, that's why the government house thing. It had no head and tail. No one.
No face.
No
Faceless.
face. That's the word.
Okay. Now, the issue is this. Was that supposed to be a way of venting the anger? Or was it a misplaced application?
I always say, radicalism does not mean violence. I always say that. there are ways of venting, there are ways of showing how you feel, there are ways of catching the attention of the government than breaking traffic lights and discomforting your fellow Nigerian.
You didn't like that sight of the breaking. You were feeling like you could take that person to school.
Definitely, like.
And perhaps he was not in that age bracket of the youth who are even complaining.
I think that's a middle-aged man.
But at the end of the day, to achieve what?
Everybody's just angry. That protest was like putting a very angry person in a rage room. Everybody just wanted to do something. If they actually wanted to protest, I would advise the youth and everybody involved, stay in your house. Use your voice as a people. When the cab driver doesn't come out, the person selling stuff doesn't come out, petrol stations are down, supermarkets are down, there is no government that will not say, what's going on? Why is our economy at a standstill? But when you go out there, loot, destroy, the money that they're even supposed to use to help you, they will not have mouth to say, we wanted to do it, but since you now...
Which was the we wanted to do before? We are planning to do before.
We are about...
We wanted to do will have been what will have amounted to the excuses you will get to hear.
Exactly. See, when you go out there and you protest and you start destroying infrastructure, no matter how little it is, I want to say this thing in Yoruba. Don't let them say, Shebi, we wanted to help you, but since you have destroyed the little ones we have, is that money we'll not use to fix it?
So what will now be the expected approach of yours as a youth?
Okay.
And you're not just a youth, you're a female. There are expectations, there are dreams. What will now be on your mind that you want any government in the saddle to know?
First thing I would like the government to know, your biggest investment, your biggest master, so to speak, are the people you are serving. As a politician, in as much as you are a leader, you are also a server. That's why we put you there. Meet demand. Where I was coming from, I was supposed to pay, ordinarily it's supposed to be 700. This bike man collected 150. It's painful. People are angry. People are very angry. And in my case, what made me even angrier was that half-hearted broadcast. It was so half-hearted.
So you should have taken it further by telling you or giving you promises. Don't forget that the mantra of this government is a renewed hope. So he didn't give you that hope.
Yes, he did it. If that's what he hoped to achieve, then he failed. He failed. Because
so what would you have heard? Because he told you in that broadcast, there's a student loan. Of course, you're already a graduate. And some other undergraduates are out there who will definitely benefit from the student loan. He told you one of it for you guys youth. He said, I heard you clearly. Your voice is loud enough. He said he has heard. What else would you have expected him to say or do?
That's the thing. We've had enough of saying, please do. You've had 14 months. I don't think I can point to one thing that this government has done.
A student loan.
Student loan.
So he told you about student loan.
Okay.
And some people are benefiting. Of course, you're a fresh guy. Of course, I understand. You might not be benefiting from it, but the student loan is part of the achievement that he reeled out in 14 months, among other things. But where do you want this government and the nation to take you as a youth?
Let me start from that student loan. Student loan for who?
For the indigents of the society.
For what students?
Those who can afford it. They want education, but they can't afford it.
Okay, they want education for what? What's the end result of education? Jobs.
To be emancipated.
Jobs. Yeah. Jobs. Where? Life where? Job where? For what student? Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of students that universities churn out every year? Jobs where? For who? Where? Please, where? Can someone point? Where? Let's start from there. That student loan is, let me give you 5 naira, use it to collect 5 million from your hand.
But they said it's interest free. You don't even believe anything from the government.
I don't, to be quite sincere. I don't.
Maybe we should wait until when we will underscore and review this particular package. But well, it's
something.
It's been dangled.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it goes. But above all,
where do you?
What do you want from your government? If you're speaking now,
okay,
you'll be speaking on behalf of a lot of youth watching you, who believes that you must be on the same page with them.
Oh yes, I am, definitely.
So please, you have the floor. It's Last Week in Nigeria. It's your platform.
Okay. The first thing the youth would want from the government, first of all, food, please. There's no food anywhere. How much is a bag of rice now? I think 80,000 last time I checked. A bag of beans that is even supposed to be for the poor man is more expensive than rice. So please, I don't know what policies you want to put in place, empowering of farmers, farmers grants or what have you. Please. Food first of all.
Then after?
Food. Then after food, fuel.
Subsidy.
Yes.
You mean they should remove it?
No. I mean, he discontinued it.
He only announced it.
But he hasn't discontinued it.
He discontinued the subsidy by announcing it. The fuel subsidy was supposed to be a regime that will end June 30th.
Okay.
He came into the saddle May 29th. He announced it.
So regardless,
everybody is saying now return the subsidy, but he is saying that this is a conduit pipe for which some people siphon the nation's fund. We have 4 refineries in the first place. Should we be exporting our crude oil to import fuel? So, if you want to talk about fuel,
okay,
you're talking about it because of what, for instance, you were charged on your way coming to the studios.
Okay.
It shouldn't get to that amount of money.
It really shouldn't.
So, but there's a snowballing thing that comes with that fuel subsidy because everything is skyrocketing. Everything is expensive. So, should he now want to correct that? How would you approach it for him? Because I'm thinking you have a one-on-one meeting with Mr. President and he asks you, what do you think about fuel? What do you want to do? What would you say?
What would I say? That's his job. Why do I have to tell you your job, Mr. President? You are literally there for a reason. I like saying that word, we put you there for a reason. If you know that you're just going to keep dancing around it or saying we are going to or we are about to, put someone else there.
Wow.
No, to be quite frank, because no one is going to have the patience to listen to you. We have given you enough grace. You have how many ministers? You have how many ministers? You have how many special advisors? You have how many deputy special advisors? You have.
So you also, in a way, you're dovetailing into cutting down the cost of governance.
Everything is interwoven. Everything is interwoven.
Some people even said the 160 million SUV for members of the National Assembly was uncalled for. But going to the
fiscal policy.
When the president wants to move now, for instance, go into his motorcade, so to speak.
Okay.
We have more than, I don't know, how many SUVs there? So why are people not feeling comfortable with the SUVs now for National Assembly members?
I don't know. Why? Why aren't you comfortable? Why? because there's like more than enough for you guys. Why are you not comfortable? Why? Like why? Why are you guys not comfortable? Why? What? I don't even. I'm trying hard not to cry because this is very, very painful. This is very, very painful. Everybody is angry. Everybody is very, very angry. You're not doing anything now.
So, quickly, Cream, way forward.
Way forward.
They should just get it fixed.
Just get it fixed.
Food,
get it fixed.
fuel, cost of governance.
First, let's start from food, please. Because by the time the poor have decided that they've had enough, they will not be able to contain it. Because I'm telling you, they will not be able to contain it. Do you know what happens when you keep pushing people to the wall, thinking they will adapt?
So we shouldn't get to that level.
Please, I would advise. And do you know why I would advise? Because these people would carry their families and run. We would end up killing each other.
No, we don't have to get there.
We don't have to get, please.
Thank you very much. You're going to hear more from Cream. We're going to bring her on this show again. We'll talk more about other issues concerning youth. And come to think of it, Nigeria seems to be jaded, and this is already trickling down from the adults to the youth. Cream is saying, fix it. Is it difficult to fix? I leave that to you. The comment section, you can just put your comments. And of course, Cream, I want to appreciate you for coming to this program.
Thank you.
What would you like to say? In case I want to stop you.
Okay.
What would you like to say before you go?
Why I do know that one administration cannot undo years
of the damage,
economic and political decay. In fact, 2-3 administrations can't undo since 1960. You can't undo what has been damaged, yeah, but you can at least try. Please feed the people you want to lead so they will have strength to follow you.
Wow, convenient point.
Please.
Thank you very much, I appreciate you. That's the place I would like to just look up on the board for this episode. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Emmanuel. Well, let's do this together again next week. And guess what? By next week, we'll bring back a question and answer session for you to at least have the opportunity to win the 5,000 naira recharge card of your own equivalent airtime wherever you are residing in the world. It's just last week in Nigeria. Go tell your neighbors, tell your friends. Thank you very much, Cream. I appreciate you for coming.
You're welcome.
It was a nice time talking to you. All right, let's do this again next week. Until then, bye for now.